Hey, yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? So before I even start, down in the comment section below, let me know what is your favorite Dragon Ball Z movie from 1 through 13. Just pick one that you think, caught your attention the most, that you love more than any of the other ones. The first one that I ever seen was Three Great Super Saiyans. A buddy of mine in middle school had the tape, and this was when I just started watching Dragon Ball, and he gave me this definitely well progressed in a story movie about Super Saiyans, which hadn't even come on Toonami yet, and all that kind of stuff, man. And this is the one that stood out to me the most. Now, is it my favorite? Probably not, but it's definitely the first one that I've seen that had a long lasting impact on me. But if I had to pick one, I would probably go with the Tree of Might. And the reason being is because I think this is the only movie that has the OG Z fighters in there, as far as Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, the whole squad. There's no Super Saiyan, so it's only base forms with the Kaioken power up. You know what I'm saying? Then Turles is in there, another favorite character of mine. So I would go with movie number 3. But in movie number 7, this is the first place that I was introduced to Trunks. Like, he had the cool jacket, the sword, the hairstyle, which you don't see from a Saiyan, on a regular. So something is definitely different about him. Didn't know that he was Bulma's and Vegeta's kid. So much mystery wrapped around this, man. But the intensity of the combat, the arrival of Vegeta, and much more. So if you're in the comments and you like, I would love to get a Z movie and instead of GT content or instead of super content, I'm right there by your side. I love the movies, especially at the point where all of them began to transform into Super Saiyan. Like Trunks went, Vegeta went, Goku went, and then shortly after, Piccolo showed up on the stage to, make his entrance as well. So we had all the top-notch fighters there, and it was just one that you just can't forget. Now, I'm sure that there's other movies that has that same type of nostalgia or remembrance that this movie gave to me, for you guys, for whatever that may be. And all I'm saying is there's a lot of nostalgia that's wrapped up in these movies, and I hate the way that they get treated when it comes down to adding them to content. Even if we get the characters, man, give us some type of story or whatever it may be to back that up, to make it more fulfilling than what it is that we get. Now, another fan favorite has to be Fusion Reborn. I've seen a lot of people in my comments. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos pertaining to people wanting Fusion Reborn. I think this is like second up next to Broly. This is a really good movie, and there's so much they can do with it to really drag it out. Even the small battles that are there could really be magnified to make it stand out more. I personally love it because of Super Saiyan 3, and I get to see Ultimate Gohan in his Saiyan Man outfit without the bandana or without the cape. Those are, the two primary reasons why I love it. And of course, I'm a Vegeta fan, and he pops up for his little segment as well. I just thought it was an all-around, well-rounded movie with Goten and Trunks. They have humor and they have everything. This is something that we can definitely take advantage of in the game, and that we can give many players, man, to just satisfy that itch. Now, who can forget when Goku transformed into Super Saiyan 3 against Fat Janemba? That rush attack that he did on him, which I'm glad they actually added into Sparking Zero. I would love to see something like that transition over into Kakarot to give us more variety when it comes down to combat. But nonetheless, man, the battle between him and, the more smaller, stronger form of Janemba was one that you remember as well, bro. Like, Super Saiyan 3 was not to be taken lightly. So anybody that can go up against him is one that needs to be remembered. But also remember when Janemba was basically getting the best of him once he pulled that sword out. And after he was, basically knocked out and defeated, this is when Vegeta came in to actually save Goku. And I was interested about this battle, only to find out that it was very short-lived. I came to the realization that Vegeta, like after the Majin stage, he didn't really get much respect for his Super Saiyan 2 abilities or nothing like that. He had like no shine whatsoever at the end of Z about that. He just basically got, treated like dog water and just walked for the rest of the series. And you can agree with that or disagree with that, but I've watched the anime over and over again, and I've wanted more highlights of this Vegeta after the Majin, and we just didn't get it. So another fight that they could have took a detour and showed was Adult Gohan versus Frieza. I actually liked this scene. I thought it was kind of comical, the way that they did it. And also Gotenks and Trunks. I thought those guys were hilarious in this movie going up against Hitler and his squad. Put that in here in like a raid battle type of sense. I think that that would be a nice value and add an additional layer to the whole Janemba movie if this was something that we were able to get. I think personally it would just be interesting to see what's going on in the other world and what's actually going on in the regular world to kind of give us both sides of the coin. And then we know, of course, as a finisher, we get Halo Gogeta to go ahead and finish off Janemba, which is one of the more memorable fights of this entire movie, which I think is just a highlight of it. Like, all of that would just be wonderful to see if they was to just throw this in a DLC for the fans. So continuing on the topic of movies, what would it be if we didn't speak about the super movies? The Broly movie was one that everyone was talking about. It made it to theater and it was amazing. I actually went with a family member from Canada. He came over and we went to the movies and had a really good time, man. Really didn't expect a lot of what I seen, but I think the movie was well written. The fight scenes were amazing. The soundtrack was good. Overall, it was just dope, man. And this is another highly desired DLC that people wanted. If we want to get super content, people didn't really cry too much about the super series. They wanted more so of the super movies along with the Z movies. I think that would make for a boss DLC if that was something that we could get. I actually like the fact that they took my idea, even though I didn't give it to them. I just always wanted it that way, that if Goku is stronger between them two, or at least that's what the series portrays, let Vegeta go first, right? So we get to see Vegeta go up against Broly, give him that work, and then Broly begins to kind of match him in speed and strength and just learning as he fights, as Vegeta states. And then Vegeta transforms and goes into Super Saiyan. I think that whole transformation was dope, right? I love the Super Saiyan transformation over any of the other ones because it's the original one and it's like a strong highlight and staple in the series for me. Then after that, he goes ahead and he transforms into his next level of Super Saiyan or whatever, which is, you know, the red transformation. And that one automatically is just boss. Like the way he just balled up his fists and just knocked Broly back. And then the move that he did, which had like the, I don't know if it was like airways that he hit him with the finishing move. They put that in Xenoverse 2 and they added into Sparking Zero to his moveset. And I thought that was dope. Now, as much as I love the Vegeta fight, I gotta say, man, I really enjoyed the Goku fight even more. Like, I love to see the different fighting styles and variations between these guys and just how different they really are, right? They might be matched in strength, but when it comes down to how they actually get down on a battlefield or in Battle of Fisticuffs, this is something that really stands out. Like to see Goku go up against Broly in base and hold his own for, you know, just a moment. And then the moment he realizes he can't do it, he goes ahead and he upgrades into Super Saiyan. And then when he gets handled in Super Saiyan, it's like every time he powers up or transform, it was just one that just really stood out. And to be honest, I don't really care about the red transformation, but in this movie, I actually liked it. I think Goku did a really good job putting forth the effort, even though he did get handled like it was nobody's business. I thought he put up a decent fight, man, and they really made a statement with this transformation because of the skill set that it brought to the table. It seems as though each fight and each level of transformation brought like a more intense battle, which it actually should. This was something that they capitalized on, that they built, and that they moved in a direction where they know that it would be successful. So this was definitely something, I think, where they listened to more of what the fans thought and how they felt and kind of, you know, brought that to life. And that was something I enjoyed about the movie, you know, most of all. So Broly versus Goku in his blue form, I think, was an excellent fight. And we all know how it ends, right? Of course, they can't beat him and they can't match him. Vegeta joins the fight. They try to tag team him, but to very little avail. And then we have the fusion that comes in at the end. Then we get Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And, you know, the rest is history. So if I had to choose between the two movies or the two super movies, I would say that the latter has to be the better one. The movie of superheroes was better than the Broly movie, in my opinion. And this is one that I would probably like to see in definitely my top 3, including Z movies, for ones that they will put out there as a DLC release. And I think another thing that needs to be added that would make these boss fights even so more of everything. I get that Kakarot isn't really a PvP type of game. The battle system just isn't really set up for that. But when it comes down to like cooperative play, this is something that it could take advantage of largely. And I'm going to make a separate video of like a few things that Kakarot needs to update or upgrade itself on moving forward. Something to just improve the game beyond just cutscenes and DLC. But on the other hand, this has to be my most favorite giant boss battle of them all, where you have a lot of the Z-Fires. Of course, you're missing Goku and Vegeta, but you have Beast Gohan, you have Orange Piccolo, you have 18, you have Krillin, Goten, and Trunks as teens make, a guest appearance, and they all are attacking Cell Max. This is what a boss battle should look like, and we get that, right? If this is something that the modders are able to create and give us that type of feeling and setting the way that it should be, then I honestly think that the video game developers can do the exact same thing. So if they decided to do that, I think it would be legendary. I think it would be epic to be able to experience this in a DLC. Kakarot is a good game. Let's not throw it by the wayside with all the wasted potential in which it has. But as always, drop the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think we need Z movies? Do you think we need super movies? Would this be something to revive and make people revisit the game once again beyond the, storyline DLC in which they're going to give us? And with that being said, it's your boy, oh no, not another reviewer, and I'm out.